We started planning a headquarters several years ago. It really made sense to consolidate our operations into one location so that we could work more collaboratively together and work more efficiently. Let's go take a walk around. So we're standing in the new steam plant headquarters of ProMedica Health System, and we decided to come to downtown because number one, it would help us consolidate, but number two, it would help with the revitalization of downtown Toledo. The steam plant was one large vacant old industrial building. There was steel holding up the brick walls that you can see in this space. So we had to be pretty methodical in our construction techniques to make sure that we saved the historic parts of the buildings. There are a couple challenges, and we can see those as we walk through the building, but when we started on the project, there were 2 smokestacks, and it turned out that they were too far deteriorated to save. The State Historic Preservation Office wanted us to make sure that it looked like it always had, so we put 2 new smokestacks up. And a couple of the things that we did with that, when we took down the brick from those stacks, we saved it and reused it. So we'll show you in the building where we've put new brick up, and it's all been reused from the site. We took down the steel parts of the smokestack, and we kept a section of it, and 2 local artists came in and they said we can build a structure, an art structure in the park. It's called Echo, and so as you see the rings in Promenade Park, those are made of the steel from the original smokestacks from the steam plant. Tried wherever we could to kind of mix old and new in the facility. And this is what the original steam plant looked like. We actually have a bridge crane still in the roof area that has been kept in place. That bridge crane used to move the turbines and the heavy equipment in the steam plant, and we just repositioned it into this atrium space, and it sits there to remind you that this was always a steam plant. So we've got a lot of kind of community areas like this space where we can have informal meetings. We've had events in this space. If you want to get away from your office and just sit in a different location, we've got a lot of opportunities like that. You can see the arched windows in this space. These were, they look exactly like what the windows looked like before, but they're insulated, you know, high energy efficiency window, but the profile and the look of them is almost identical to what the windows were when the plant was originally built. So our office space is set up very similar on each floor. So it wasn't designed department by department. It was designed holistically for the entire employee base for the company. So culturally, we talked a lot about how open we could have the space and you know, how we might share common areas, and all the offices are the same size. So you know, it's not set up that, you know, a manager's office is a different size than a director, than a vice president. They all have the same size. And the idea with the offices is they're smaller. If you need to have meetings with people, you come out into the common areas or you go out to the conference rooms, and it really helps kind of promote that more collaborative environment. Here you can see some of the original brick wall of the steam plant with some of the openings. These were probably coal chutes or something like that came through the wall and penetrated, and we just kind of left everything be. So you can really start to see where the existing was and where the new is. This area, this is along the first floor along the water, and we talked about what kind of history we might want to put on the wall here. And what we decided was we really wanted to focus on the history of Toledo and this area. And we've got wonderful photos of the steam plant along here and then the evolution of the waterfront. But we knew that it had been operated by Toledo Edison, so we invited anyone that may have worked at the steam plant to come to lunch with us and bring any artifacts or bring stories, bring anything that they had. And so we've captured some of those photos and some of those artifacts along this history corridor as well. You know, there's a lot of things that have happened downtown that we're proud that we've been a part of it. And we wanted to make sure that the public could feel like they could be a part of our campus as well. So we had 2 local businesses. We have Berry Bagels that's put in a shop in the building, and we also have the Chop House who is leasing space. And then in the parking structure, we made sure that we put retail space on the front of that so that we didn't have parking stalls up along Summit Street. It's really been an exciting project from a construction perspective and from a downtown waterfront perspective to save this important gem of downtown Toledo. But it's also done a tremendous amount of good for our employees by creating a great collaborative space.